Okay, my name's Zakashi guys, and in this video here, I thought I'd make this video because a lot of people have been asking me whether they should summon on this, summon on that. Wait, there's a lot of reruns, there's a lot of banners going on right now, especially because it's the anniversary, but I'm here to give you guys the most optimal advice in this video. I'm gonna go through pretty much every single banner, all possible scenarios that they could drop, and give you the conclusion I have on whether I think it's worth it for you guys to summon or not. This intro doesn't need to be long, but I know all the units look good. We got Vegito, Gogeta, Super Saiyan God Goku, Ultimate Gohan, and an upcoming Ultra, maybe 1 or 2. We don't know. At this point, we might think it's 2 because they literally dropped 4 banners already. But of course, this is only advice. Ultimately, I advise you do what you want, but this might give you some foresight to make a better decision for yourself. But I ultimately think that it's best for you guys to summon on what you think will give you the most enjoyment. Let's get into this video now. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of banners, like a lot of banners. So excluding the Master Pack, we actually got a Bardock and Goku rerun, Ultra Kid Boost out, Janemba's out, Golden Frieza's out. We obviously got the Super Saiyan God Goku and the God of Destruction Beerus banners, 1% and Legends Limited. Then we got the Ultimate Gohan and Majin Buu Pure Evil, 1% and Legends Limited. Even the Ginyu Force are out, which is insane. Then we've also got the Vegito and the Gogeta banners, excluding these ones that are always like there, and this is just for the anniversary, right? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is regarding Vegito and Gogeta, the part 1 characters. Now, I would say they are very good. Vegito more than Gogeta, that should be the general consensus right now. But what I want to add to this is to say that these banners will not be here for that long. They only have 20 days left. And from the looks of it, it could be a case that by the time part 3 of the anniversary starts, these guys will be gone. Just about. Maybe they might be there for a couple more days, but you can see there's a 20 days timer count on these banners. Whereas the Ultimate Gohan and the Super Saiyan God Goku banners, they have 40 days left. Obviously the Ultras, I'll get into them for a bit, they have a couple days left. But if we're looking at when the new Ultra could drop, so we look at God Goku and Ultimate Gohan, they dropped a week ago. It could be probably 2 weeks until they drop, so that's 14 days. I think it's okay to assume that Vegeta would still be here and Gogeta would still be here. But it could be 3 weeks, and if it's 3 weeks, you know, that's about 21 days. That's not enough time for you to summon on these two. So my opinion on Vegito and Gogeta, if you do want to summon on these guys, you could wait until late into the days so that you could see if there's any hints that link to what part 3 is going to be. People right now are very much just speculating. We have the Omega Shenron Ultra Plat, so people think it's going to be GT because of that. But they Zenkai'd Kid Buu, so they think it might just be a powerful opponent. They also did drop some future hints, so it could be a future Ultra. And even with the Buu Saga, it could be something Buu Saga related. It could also just be something from the movies. We actually have no idea what the Ultra could be, and I think that's really good. So in general, I advise if you're looking at Vegito and Gogeta, you just wait as long as you can. So there's 20 days. Maybe wait until the 19th day to see if there's any hints of what could possibly be for part 3, the Ultra or Ultras. And then when we do have more of a feel of what it could be, or if the units does release, then you can decide whether Vegeta or Gogeta are more for your likeliness. Of course, I think Vegito is better out of the two, but I think if you don't have Ultra UI, Gogeta is very valuable to have. You kind of need a yellow in this day and age. Vegito is kind of getting countered by Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. There's not many strong reds right now. Well, CMZ, that would be taking out Gogeta, besides from him pretty much. So yeah, I would advise Vegito's better, but if you don't have UI, go for Gogeta. That's my general advice, but of course decide based on who you like more. That's for the part 1 banners. If you wanted to summon on them, a lot of people keep asking me the same question, so I wanted to go over these two. Now regarding part 2, the Ultimate Gohan and the God Goku banners, I think for both of these, you simply should just not summon. There's no point. I haven't spent 1 Chrono Crystal on any of these banners, not because they're bad, especially Ultimate Gohan. I think a lot of people have accepted him as the best character in the game. It's not because they're bad by any means. They're both very good characters, Ultimate Gohan more than God Goku. The point is that they're going to be here for 40 days. 40 days. In 40 days, it might even be the banner after the part 3 of the anniversary. So if we're looking at it like that, you should wait until part 3 Ultra drops and then decide whether the Ultra is more value to you or you like these units more. That way you can also save your chrono crystals. If the ultra is something you like more, then you can spend it on the ultra. But if you don't like the ultra more, then you can spend it on this. I do also understand that with not getting these characters, you will also have a hard time with certain events. For example, the Legends Battle Royale and the Raid, you'll get less drops. I do see that as well. So that might push you to summon, but are you really going to put a short time event, which you can still play, just not get as many drops first, over the possibility of an ultra being so game breaking and you don't have it because you spent your chrono crystals on one of these banners? Especially if you're indecisive, it's just way more in your favor to save your chrono crystals knowing that these two are good, but they could easily just get overshadowed in a second. What if they drop a ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and he's yellow, which counters this guy straight away? He's not going to be disadvantaged to this guy, so that's super good, you know? It's a pretty safe position for him. They could drop a red unit that counters Gogeta, you know? They could drop a green unit that counters Vegito. You know what I'm saying? You need to put your chrono crystals at something at the right time. And I think if you're thinking about the part 2 banners, you have 40 days to decide. So for that case, I would say literally just don't summon on them. I haven't summoned on them at all because I'm more looking towards the part 3 anyways. Because if it's Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I'ma need him. I'ma need that. 3 times, I'ma need that. So yeah, if the part 3 is kind of whack, I'll get like 1 copy or something, and then I'll go back to Ultimate Gohan. You know what I'm saying? But for now, that's the best advice I can give you. If you're summoning on Ultra Gohan right now and Super Saiyan God Goku, you probably just really like them. Outside of that, now that you have the advice, you know it's the safe thing to do is just to wait. You can still get them after the Ultra or Ultras come out and you'll be completely fine. This is going to be addressing rerun banners. So we have Ultra Golden Frieza, Janemba, and Kid Buu. Most rerun banners are gonna suck. So what I'm gonna do here is actually bring up the whole character list, right? And all the Ultras that we have available in the game. I think that's the best way to do it. So if I bring up the Ultras, right? If we look at it, so these 3 are the free to plays. Ultra Super Gogeta, unless he's just your favorite guy ever, you just shouldn't summon for him. He's probably the least, no, he's not the least valuable, but you just don't need him. He won't do anything insane, and even if you're running him on fusions, you know, Super Vegito, the new one, is better, the fusing one. So let's just get him out the way. We got Kaioken Goku. He's just bad on all levels. He might get a plat now that we've got Omega's one, but I doubt it. They'll probably do the free to plays first, you know. So just don't summon for Kaioken if you're asking me. I just think he's not worth it on all levels. Ultra Super Vegito, I believe he already returned, but I don't think he's worth it either. He has endurance, but at low stars. I have him 14, and I had to really triple Zenkai buff him to get good results, so just ignore him. Broly, same thing, probably replaced on all levels as well. Powerful opponents, Ultra Golden Frieza's better. Movies, Ultra Golden Frieza's better. You know, Saiyans, even Nappa and Vegeta are better. And I say even because they're not being used that much. Ultra Gogeta Blue, he is a fun unit and people do love Gogeta, but you shouldn't really be summoning on him if he reruns. Hit, unless you got him high stars, that time skip ain't cooking, bro. It ain't skipping nothing. So I'm not saying he's not a good unit to have collectors, but really and truly it's not ideal to summon on him. Rose, another fan favorite. Future's pretty much dead. It's a dead stock. It's probably one of the worst teams right now. Not literally because CMZ exists, but it's not a good team in general. Kid Buu's out right now. I don't think he's good enough for you to summon for him as well, especially if you have him low stars. You're going to need him at least 10 or higher. Ultra Vegito Blue, a lot of people bank on this guy, but honestly, if he's 5 stars, I don't think he's worth it. But if you already have 1 copy, I think that 5 to 8 star transition would be worth it, but you really got to think about the things that are out right now. I use him religiously, so maybe I have quite a bias there, but I'm also trying not to apply the bias. There's only select characters, I'll go through them after, that I really think are somewhat worth it. Janemba could be of use because he's a blue for movies, a really good blue as well, and for powerful opponents as well. If you wanted to run a strike variation of it, Super Janemba can be good for that. But with the Kid Buu Zenkai, I don't know how valuable this guy is going to be no longer. Kid Buu is a vanished merchant, and in general, like, using something newer is more time often better, especially with the inflated stats. Ultra UI is someone that's actually worth it. His stock is super high, especially if you don't care about Gogeta, defusing Gogeta. UI Goku is just that guy, I'm not going to lie. Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is just that guy, I'm not going to lie. He's just someone that you might want to summon for because he's really good. He just left though, so I doubt he'll come back. Ultra Golden Frieza, he's out right now and I think he's really good. So I was going to say the characters that I think are somewhat worth it would be literally these 5. So UVB, and that's probably the weakest one out of all of these. Janemba, which I don't advise for, but some people might want him if they're strictly powerful opponent. And then these three are just dogs. They're top 5 units. They're actually insane. So yeah, these two are more like depending on the team you use, and then these three are absolute dogs, and really and truly you might want to get a copy of them, I'm not gonna lie, especially Gohan. If you run powerful opponent and you're an LOE fan, Golden Frieza, UI third. I'd say 1, 2, 3, and then these two can be interchangeable. Then just on the outside I'd probably say Kid Buu, low key, but it also depends on what team you run. So yeah, that's for the ultras. But there's also the limit break banner, so I think I pulled it up. Let's see. Yeah, the limit break banner, if they bring this back, costs about 5,000 chrono crystals to get a full rotation, and you'll be able to get, I believe, 1,000 LLZ power if you do the whole thing. You shouldn't summon on this banner unless you can go the whole way through, in my opinion. I think that's the best way to go about it. 5k CC right before the ultra drops, unless you've been saving for a while and really skipped almost everything. This is most likely not going to be worth it for you, especially right before the ultra. But if you don't care about ultra and you dislike ultra banners, to boost up legend limiteds you already have, this could be of value. For example, let me change this back to sparking and put LL on. There's a lot of LLs here that I think are of value. So for example, I do like Vegito. I've already 14 starred him. I'm actually working on Z powering Gogeta. Before that, I was actually working on Bardock and Goku, because I feel that the game originals, legend originals tag is going to be very, very valuable, and I want to have them 14 stars before the next original character comes out. So but I got to put my fusions first, so I've got Gogeta as my mission right now, trying to get him to 14 stars. Of course, you might have your own preferences. For example, Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan God Goku. Some guys are terrorists and like Super 17. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own preferences of what they like, and that's what the limit break banner is for, so don't skip it. I think if you can afford to not skip it, it's very valuable. And you can also get some regular sparking Z power, but of course that's not the biggest selling point. It's really the legend limited Z power. And I should also add, you shouldn't expect to pull anything on the banner. You shouldn't expect to get any sparkings. In fact, if you get a sparking on the limit break banner, that is actually lucky, and the sparkings are trash, like all of them. They're all trash. The legend limiteds are okay, I guess. Some of them are like Zenkais, you know, like for example Forku, G4, I guess. CMZ is a good Zenkai, but then the sparkings are not great, man. Shout out Revhan though. The rest are just not great, man. Not great. So yeah, that's everything for reruns. I didn't touch on, I think, Bardock and Goku, but I think just skip the banner. The template for the banner is terrible. Terrible, completely bad. So I'm just against that completely. But that's it for the reruns. Now, just before I end the video, the last thing I want to talk about is the value of anniversary ultras. We've only got 2 under our belt at the moment. So last year we got Ultra Vegito Blue, top 1 unit in the game. I think a lot of people accepted that, if not a top 2 unit in the game, outside of Gold Frieza having the devs literally treat them like the #1 child and having multiple Zenkai buffs because they have 2 elements. In terms of solo aspect, Ultra Vegito Blue, undoubtedly for a lot of people, was the best unit in the game. That should say a lot straight away. So if you can imagine the units in the game right now: Ultimate Gohan, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Ultra UI Gogeta, Vegito, Golden Frieza, all these big house names, just to get overshadowed by one ultra that's going to drop to end the anniversary. That says something, and it's always going to be something hype. Like, let's not try and act like Vegito isn't hype. Let's not try act like that. Let's not try to be that different guy in the back of the room like, I don't even like fusions. Even if you don't like fusions, you can understand with an objective mind that fusion warriors are hype. It's the fusion of the main character, the protagonist, and the deuteragonist in the series, Goku and Vegeta. It's a big deal. So yeah, that's why people often save towards the Ultra for part 3, where the Ultra is going to be the biggest thing in the game right there, and it's pretty much going to shake up the game, especially depending on the character it is. If it's a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I think it's going to be a big deal. If it's other things, it could go left or right, depending on what the devs want to do. But I know for the fusions, they go super overboard, and that's just a fact. With the fact that we also have Ultra Super Vegito, he also had a good mechanic. He's obviously not as broken as Ultra Vegito Blue, but on his release, he was also a top 1 unit in the game. Definitely, I'm sure a lot of people agree. He wasn't exactly overwhelming, but he was still quite insane because his combo potential was nuts, getting draw speed pretty much every single card that you press, and he's bringing down the damage that you can tank. So you'll be able to tank less damage for every card he hits you with. That's what made him super valuable. He can go type neutral on the green card. He gets vanish back from main. This guy was super good on his release, coming with the strike counter as well. So when you send a blast art, he'll strike counter, and I believe he gets cover now from that. So this is another top 1 unit in the game. They're kind of 2 for 2 right now. I guess people might want to do a debate or whatever, but really and truly, they were really good for the time that they released. This guy got counted fast though. So yeah, the point I'm just trying to make is these anniversary ultras are a big deal. They're gonna drop and have amazing mechanics. Even if I wanted to talk about the festival, I kind of closed the tabs here, but we have Ultra UI and we have Ultra Gogeta Blue. Can I find him? I feel like I scrolled past him. No, he's not on my screen. I want to bring up his banner. Damn, I didn't come prepared. Oh well. Let's talk about Ultra UI. I think it's kind of self-explanatory that when this guy cover changes you... No, when you try to cover change, you can't get out. And you know when he's dodging, it's also a thing where he's able to flip out of combos. There's also so much in his kit, like it's insane. He has type neutral that can't be nullified. He can get endurance nullification off of his main, not on his ult. So he can actually utilize that through strikes and blast. Very, very good. He gets a green from the main as well. He heals a lot. He can take your vanish if you hit an ultimate against him. It's nuts. His kit is nuts. And obviously I couldn't find his banner, but I can find him pretty quickly here if I just bring up ultras. Ultra Gogeta Blue. I think the festival before that, big celebration unit. This guy past 60 time accounts is so nuts. The vanish restore, the type neutral of the green card, blue card spawns, blue card damage. It's futile. It's crazy. It's a crazy kit. Even nullifying endurance on rush. It's hard to get over this guy in his prime. These celebration ultras are a big deal, and I think this is just what I'm trying to emphasize in this segment, that you should very much be wary that if you don't have the anniversary ultra, 9 times out of 10 you might not be enjoying Dragon Ball Legends. That's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. I tried my best to give you guys all the information on pretty much everything available so that you guys can make the best decision for yourself going forward, because I know chrono crystals are kind of scarce. They're not even scarce, to be honest, but we just spent all of them. So if we're being real, they still are scarce. We just got everything. Yeah, I can only say good luck. Hopefully your summon luck actually goes up, because I know a lot of people's summon luck hasn't been the best. My summon luck hasn't been the best either, so we're kind of all in the same boat. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.